Now let's move to a couple of NBA potential outcomes. Tomorrow's headlines today. Well, this is a juicy one. Clippers and Mavs.
You remember when I was on last with you and we talked about the Clippers going down and everybody, oh, McIntyre's crazy. The headline will be Mavs came in like a wrecking Ballmer. Steve Ballmer and the Clippers are going down. Colin, this is the biggest game in franchise history tonight.
Yep.
Sir, I'm not even kidding. Bigger than last year's Game 7 against Denver, because if they lose this game, you're talking about break out the brooms and basically break up the Clippers. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, it's not working. I mean, I don't know how closely you watched Game 2 because the Lakers were on at the same time, but nobody could guard Luka Doncic. He's averaging 35, 9, and 8. He's a 22-year-old wonderkind. And Luka Doncic is shooting 50%. The Mavs as a team, 50% from three. And the Clippers just look defeated, Colin. Whether it's Patrick Beverley, who there's chatter right now that he may not start the game tonight, that Ty Lue's going to shake things up and start Rondo or Reggie Jackson. You know, the Clippers are a mess right now. And you have to admit, Montrezl Harrell, who hasn't even played the last two games for the Lakers, was on the bench and got a technical foul last night. He's having so much fun riding that LeBron train. And he's out of the Clippers. And Colin, this is one of the most shocking first-round results I can remember in at least a decade.
And by the way, Doc Rivers may end up winning the East, adding insult to injury for the Clippers and Steve Ballmer.
Point.
Yeah,
18-7, brilliance from the young man, respect from the coaches. And this series is over. The first round is over. The home team finally gets a win. The Clippers advance.
Blazers are always a lively dog because they got one of the 4 or 5 best offensive players in the game.
And you're Mr. Pacific Northwest, right? I know you came from there. The headline will be Joker's last dance. I think the Nuggets get bounced early.
Wow.
Colin, fun stat. When was the last time an NBA MVP went to the finals? You got to go all the way back to 2016 and Steph Curry. MVPs have not fared well in the postseason. I'm going to just remind you, the Nuggets had a deep run last year, right, to the conference finals. Jokic played all 72 games, heavy minutes, and now he doesn't have Jamal Murray in the playoffs. I just think this is an unfavorable matchup for them. You know, it's basically Dame and CJ, the great Portland backcourt, against a couple guys, Morris and Campazzo. It sounds like a law firm. You know, if you get in a car accident, you're hiring these guys. They cannot contain Dame. I think Portland wins this in 6 or 7.
Wow.
The Portland Trailblazers will have been eliminated 4 of the last 5 years in the first round, and that is it. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets put the Blazers away in 6.
Boy, we got some good matchups here. You're calling upsets. Tomorrow's headlines today. Now this one, Bucks Heat series. I like the Bucks to win it all, but I think this is a 6-7 game series. I know. I said
to win it all.
Well, I can think two things at once. I love the Bucks, but I think this is a brutal first round matchup. Your thoughts?
The worst. The headline will be Miami's so nice, they beat them twice. Colin, this Miami Heat team, they're licking their chops to face the Bucks. You know, Eric Spoelstra, Joy's a big fan. Eric Spoelstra's like playing chess, okay? Jimmy Butler did not face this team all year. Yeah. Spoelstra did not want them to see Jimmy Butler and the new offense that Miami has. They got 2 new starters from last year's series when they totally embarrassed Budenholzer and Giannis. I just want to point out, okay, the Bucks want to run. They're number 2 in the league in transition points. Miami's defense, number 1, fewest fast break points allowed. By the way, Giannis in 3 games against Miami struggled 16 points a game, his lowest average against any team in the league. Colin, it's just a bad matchup for the Bucks. And I will say this. They went out in the conference finals 2 years ago to Kawhi. Last year, it was the semis to the Heat. If they lose this series, and I'm taking the Heat in 7, I've already bet them to win this series, you have to wonder what happens in Milwaukee. Budenholzer probably is toast.
Yeah.
But what is Giannis? Like, hey, I asked for help. You guys got me one-time All-Star Drew Holiday. Can we do more than that? And you just wonder what happens if Miami pulls this off. I'm not betting against Jimmy Butler. I love this guy.
Interesting.
Story this year, 2021, redemption for the Bucks. After being eliminated by the Heat, they sweep Miami.
Tomorrow's headlines today, Lakers Suns. Now, I think the Suns are a lively dog because their 4 best players all played 69-7 games. They don't get hurt. They've got good chemistry, and you don't know the Lakers' hell. So what's the headline you got?
All right, the headline will be CP3 times isn't a charm. Unfortunately, Chris Paul, listen, CP3's had a great, great career in the regular season. Colin, in the playoffs, he's hurt. They get bounced. He just never has luck. And now he draws LeBron. I mean, Colin, I feel kind of bad for Chris Paul, but think about this, okay? LeBron is going to be going against Jay Crowder or Mikal Bridges, all right? He's going to eat these guys alive. Even when he's not 100%, he had a triple-double against the Warriors, hits the game-winning shot. LeBron is just going to channel this energy. This is a guy in the playoffs. The last 9 years, he's gotten to the finals. The last 9 years he's been healthy, LeBron's in the finals. I don't know how the Suns stop them. I'm telling you, if the Suns were in the other half of the bracket, I might have them in the conference finals. I just don't see them getting by the Lakers here. Lakers are a great defensive team. And if you look closely, Colin, if you squint, Phoenix has kind of struggled defensively down the stretch. Golden State against the Lakers, top 5 defense. The Suns haven't played like it the last 15 games. And I think the X factor, you can laugh if you want, Alex Caruso.
He hit 8 threes, and the Phoenix Suns have gone on the road after missing the playoffs for 11 consecutive years and beaten the defending champion on their home court